What's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing today? So, um, everybody should have gotten an email from me about, by the time this video is done, about 3 hours ago. Um, Essentially, I've been getting a few emails where people were unclear about how to actually get moving forward on the assignment. So, what I want to do is I want to go through step by step exactly how to do things. The biggest thing really is, and I understand this is how many people work. You have to really work on not waiting till the last 2 to 3 days. You saw that in my email. I gave you kind of a schedule that I would suggest. But I know that it's probably standard for a lot of people to wait until like Friday or Saturday to start working on the assignment. And when you do that, it really cuts down on the amount of time you have to actually work on it. And then, of course, if you're having a little bit of issues and you're maybe emailing me and it's like a Friday night or a Saturday, you might not hear back from me until the next day, and then your time's even less. And unfortunately, at that point, things just start falling apart and people get frustrated, and then they don't turn their stuff in on time. One of the big things I'm trying to do here in our class, number one, as you guys know, I'm trying to show you guys new pieces of the software, improve your quality of editing, so you can go out and take this either to another college, like a 4 year, or you take it directly into the marketplace. That's what I'm going for. One of the biggest things you got to think about is you have to have proper time management. I don't want to harp on it, but at the same time, in production, in the real world, if you miss a deadline, sure, they may have you finish out that particular job, but they won't rehire you. Deadlines are very firm unless something major comes up, and they're the ones that tell you that they're extending your deadline. So we really got to look at making sure that we stay on top of this. And the other thing that's beneficial, if you start early on this, if you run into a problem, you can message me and you still have a whole week. I didn't start really getting any messages until yesterday. And that's why I'm talking about deadlines, and that's why I'm talking about making sure that we don't procrastinate. And again, if this is what you want to do for a living, we got to really make sure that we're having you hit deadlines. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through step by step. I'm not going to do every single clip and everything, but I'm going to show you how to get things put together. So what I've done, let me open this up right here. What I've done is I've downloaded, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clips and all the audio that matches those clips. As you can see right here, I still have, I haven't uncompressed this file, so I haven't even looked at this. For all I know, this is going to go completely sideways. I'll open this up and nothing's going to match. Now, it shouldn't happen like that, but hey, who knows? I'm freestyling this to show you that this is not something that I pre-planned and practiced. All right, so here we go. So if I want to open this compressed file up, I'm going to double click it. It's going to come over here. It's going to think. And there it is. Open up those files. There is all of my audio files. Okay, so if I click on it.
Sound speeding.
Okay. Yep. I can hear them talking. Okay. Now, doing this screen recording, it's possible you didn't hear anything that was saying. It was playing. It said sound speeding, actors set, and then it was getting ready. So you'll have to trust me when I tell you, oh, this is the correct clip and I have synced it. But you should be able to see every single thing you're doing, and I can talk to you through every piece. All right, so I come over here. I'm in Premiere Pro. I did set this up so it was easier to use. I'm going to open a new project. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to name the project. I'm going to name it Starship. I'm going to save it. I'm going to choose my location. And I'm going to save it to the hard drive that I currently have all the footage on. And there it is, Starship right there. And I'm going to hit select. And I'm going to hit create. Okay, as you can see, it popped up in that folder. It's thinking as it gets everything set. Now, on this main screen right here, I can cruise down here. This is my hard drive, movies hard drive. I can cruise down. There's Starship. I'm going to double click on Starship. Make sure that we have everything. Yep, there's my folder. Here's all my clips. I'm going to click each one of those. Because I saved the project file in here, I didn't want to just bring the whole folder in. And I'm going to hit import. And there we are. So here are the 7 clips that I brought in, and here are all of the audio clips. Okay, so I will come up here to the top right hand corner. I'm going to click on editing. There it is right there. I'm going to come up here, and we're going to sync this first. So first and foremost, what I want to do is I'm going to grab all these video clips. Oops, grab the wrong part right there. Let me highlight them all. I'm going to grab it, move it down just a little bit. I'm going to grab all these and hit delete. Okay. Now, if I want to move all these down to the left real quick, just click in between the clip and the end of the track, and I can hit delete, and it'll bring them all down. So I can zoom in by pressing my plus button. And then if I press the A key, it's going to give me my double arrows. If I click on this second clip right here, I can click it, and everything to the right, it'll highlight, and I can move it down to give myself space. Okay, so I'm going to look right here. It looks as though this is my 720, and when it brought it in, this is 1080. So here's a new little piece that you guys may not have known. If you ever have these black frames around the outside, or something super zoomed in and you know that it is a different size, my file format can be changed. So I can go to my sequence right here at the very top, click, move down to sequence settings. It's the very first thing. Click on that. And up here under editing mode, I can see right here that it's 1934 by 2992. That should be 2.5K. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this, and I'm going to scroll on down to a 720. So HDV 720p. Hit OK. And hit OK. And there it is. It takes up the full screen. So it now made my timeline a 720p timeline, and all these clips are 720p. Okay, so if we play this, I can scrub through it. I can see that they do something. So I'm going to come back to the very beginning. Again, I'm going to press my plus button. And now I'm going to scrub through slowly until I see the slate. There's my slate right here. Okay, so I can zoom in on that slate. I can see that this is roll 1, scene 1A, take 6. Okay, so now I can cruise right over here to the left-hand side in my project menu, and I can go and listen to these. And what I'm listening for is I'm listening for the one that says 1A, take 6. So I look, 1A, take 6. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to double click this right here. I'm going to listen.
Whenever you do it, I always go.
Okay, so it's not that one. Now here's the thing: is I'm filing my stuff right now as well as I'm syncing. I know that this is something that I'm never going to use. I'm just going to delete that. Double click the next one. Press play.
Soft sticks. Scene 1 Bravo. Take 1. Mark.
Okay, so that's 1B. You heard 1 Bravo. That's 1B. So let's go down to the next one. Play it.
Speeding. Scene 1 Alpha. Take 1. Mark.
Okay, so that's 1 Alpha, take 1. I'll bet you I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very likely that this 6th one down here is 1A, take 6. Now, it might be the one before, it might be the one after, if the camera operator or the audio operator might have recorded something by accident and then turned it off. But I should be pretty close. So if I double click it, now let's move this playhead down, press play.
Scene 1 Alpha, take 6.
Boom!
Mark.
1 Alpha, take 6. I can grab that audio clip. Notice I grab right here at the waveform. There's a little video clip and there's a waveform. If I grab that waveform and I bring it down, and here we go. So let's sync this now. So here's what I'm going to do. This is where markers come in. Okay, I'm going to slide this down until I see it click, and I'm going to go frame by frame and come back right there. So I'm going to mark, I highlight my video clip, press M, and then I'm going to come down here to my audio clip, double click it, and I'm going to go listen here and wait for the click.
Scene 1 Alpha, take 6. Mark.
Okay, I'm going to go back. Play. There it is. So now, if you look over here to the right-hand side of the screen, I can scrub through. Oh, I have it on solo, so I have to unsolo this track. There we go. All right, so let's play it again. There it was. Right there. 1. There we go. So I have it all set up. We're right here. Let me expand this track. So if I scrub it.
6. Mark.
Right there. Okay. And I'm going to press. Now that I have it set where I want, I'm going to highlight this audio clip and press M. There's my mark. So if I zoom in a little bit further, you can see that I have a green marker right here and a green marker right here. The green one right here blends in just a little bit. But if I cruise over, there it is. It syncs up. Now, if I play this.
Scene 1 Alpha, take 6. Mark.
All right, there it is.
Video action.
I'm going to cruise down here. I'm going to go to the talking. Let's see, make sure the lips match.
Found it.
All right, check jump coordinates are clear for sector 42.
All right, entering coordinates, hold for clearance. We are good for a jump.
All right, so we're good right there. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to trim this up. I'm going to bring this in so that's synced up. I'm going to slide down here to the end. I'm going to bring this down. And then here's a fun little piece. Seeing how I have you guys here and I'm showing you how to do this, I am going to highlight both of them. I am going to control click. You get this little guy right here. And right here, you can group it. Group. Now, if I click on it, oops, I can move it and the whole thing moves. So I can click and move right here and they both move together because they're now grouped together. All right, I'll zoom out. I'll move to my next one. Here's my next clip. I'll go right here. I'll zoom in. I'm going to go find that mark. This is take 3 right here. Just so happens that I used this footage for a promo I created, as I told you guys before, and I have already marked these. So I already know that this one's marked. So this is 1A take 3. So if I go over here and I go frame by frame, there it is right there. And lo and behold, it is synced up perfectly with that marker. So now let's come back over here. Okay. Now here is 6 right here, my previous highlight, 5, 4, 3. So I'll bet you this one right here is 3. If I double click it, move my playhead down, listen to what they say.
Scene 1 Alpha, take 3. Mark.
Okay. Right there. And I can grab that, bring it down, sync it up, move it down, press play. There it was. Right there. Press mark. There's my mark. I can grab this guy right here, bring it down. It is now synced up. I can trim it. I go and look and listen.
Scene 1 Alpha, take 3. Mark.
There it was. I cruise down to double check to some talking.
Entering in coordinates. Checking for clearance.
All
We
right.
are go for a jump.
Go for jump. Giddy up.
Okay. So this was a take that was not actually a great take, but that's okay. I'm going to highlight them both. Control click, scroll down, select group. That one's done. Zoom out, move down to the next one. Come over here. Again, scrub it. There it is. 0, 1, 1A, take 4. Okay. Press play. They click. Frame by frame, I go back. There's my click, highlight, M for mark. There's my mark. It's 4, so it should be over here in the audio. It should be the next one over. Double click, press play.
Feeding. Play. Scene 1 Alpha. Take 4. Mark.
There it is. Bring this down. Good. Double click it. Or shoot, don't double click it. Come back. I'm going to zoom in so I can see. Generally, see this little spike right here? That little spike is going to be your mark generally. So if we listen, there it was. So I can come back, go right onto that spike, highlight my clip, press M. There's my mark. I can grab my other clip. Boom. Now my 2 marks are linked. Trim it up a little bit. Press play.
Scene 1 Alpha. Take 4. Mark.
There it is. Again, move down a little ways to the talking. Let's make sure their lips match.
All right, wormhole is stable. Thrusters are stable.
Yep, everything works. Their lips match. I'm going to trim this up. All right, and we just keep moving through. So I just did 3 right there in about 3 to 4 minutes while I'm talking. So last thing, highlight both of these, control click, group. Okay, so that's how you sync the clips. So rather than giving you a 40 or 50 minute video of me syncing clips, I've shown you how to sync 3 clips. These are in order for the most part, but you hear them right at the very beginning. Scene 1B, take 1. Scene 1B, take 2. You hear them. When you look over here, if you scrub at the very beginning, you see there's your marker, your slate right there. 1A, take 5. Just happens to be right after 1A, take 4. So it's going to be the next one down. All right. So you keep doing that. Now next, we want to do pancake editing with this. So let's pretend we have put all these together, everything's synced, all the audio is synced. I come up here, File, New, Sequence. And because we're pancake editing, I'm going to have this right here, and I'm going to name this one Starship Second Cut. Hit OK. Okay, there it is. We have our 2 sides right here. We have our sequence that we're working on that has all of our synced clips. Again, we're pretending that all of these are synced. And here's our cut 2. I'm going to take sequence 1 right here. I'm going to move it. And if you notice, here's the purple right here. It has a little diagonal right there. Has a little diagonal right here. We want to put this one that with all of the clips in it, we want to put that right there. Notice it separates it. I can cruise up right here. And now I'm able to cruise down and go, all right, here we go.
Scene 1 Alpha. Take 6. Mark.
Let's just say that's the one I really like. I can grab that and I can drag it down. And there is 1 Alpha. We're going to change our sequence settings so they match. Oh, we shouldn't have changed our sequence settings. Let's undo that. Let's go back 1 more. There we go. So now I bring this down. It says change sequence settings. I'm going to keep them. Yeah, there we go. For some reason, something with that clip says that it is a different size than it really is, and it changed it. So here we are. Oh, there it is. Well, for some reason, something's not working. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come over here to Sequence, like I showed you before. Go to Sequence Settings, Custom, cruise down here to HDV 720p. Click on that. Hit OK. And OK, and boom, there it is. So not sure why, after we made this sequence right here, the appropriate size, dragging it down, it made it the wrong size sequence. Not sure why that happened. Could be that this was exported in a specific way, and maybe because of the proxy, it throws it off, because as you see right here, these are proxy files. So anyway, now we can go through and we can play each clip that we want, and every time we see a clip we like, okay, I like this one, I can bring it down. And I can assemble this in the manner that I want. So this right here is the full length all the way through from start to finish. So I can say, that's my start to finish. Okay, I want this piece, and this is going to be the ending piece, let's say. So I can go and then move through my edit. All right. Remember that you can also do your advanced markers, or as I like to call them, marker 2.0. All right. So as long as I don't have a clip selected, and I have my playhead right here, I can press MM, brings up my marker. I can change the color of my marker. I can name the marker. Let's say this is master shot, because these are all actually master. So a master shot is the main shot that shows all the action without any cutaways or zoom ins. It's just the wide shot of everything. So that's my master shot, and go like that. Oops, I forgot to do one thing, so we'll double click on it. There we go, we're all set up again. I will extend it out so I can then grab the edge and go, these are all my master shots. So if you want to organize to that, you can have master shots, you can have close-ups of the girl, you can have close-ups of the guy, you can have close-ups of the hands. Those are all in here, all the different things that you need. Okay, so I quickly went through it, but what I showed you today is I showed you how to get the footage. Number one, I showed you how to open this folder. I had a couple people go, they were trying to drag this white folder in. If I go like that, it'll just give me an error and it won't bring it in. You have to open that folder. So I double clicked the folder. It opened right here for our Starship Audio, and it showed me all the clips. I brought all of the clips in, and then I showed you how to sync. Okay, and again, briefly, you cruise through. You find out what shot it is by looking at the slate right here. Let me bring that down so you can see it. You can look at the slate, then you can listen to the audio, slide that clip in, make sure it's synced up. Use your markers to do so. All right. That's it for what I'm showing you. Those are the 3 things that people seem to be having the most trouble with. I'm giving you an extension for this week because I got so many people that were having the issue. My goal in this class, as I said in the email, but I want to repeat it, my goal is for you guys to learn and grow. I'm not here to shove as much work as I can at you to try and just make you get through it. My goal here is that you actually learn something and work. So the things that we've learned this week are, besides our pancake editing and markers and trying to edit this sequence, the other thing is really working on your time. I realize everybody's got lives outside of college. Really what you need to do is you need to figure out exactly what works best to make sure that you give yourself plenty of time for your normal life, but at the same time, your work that you need to do for class. My suggestion is to start early, because it's so much easier. I'll just be real with you. Most people, unless their work schedules just don't allow it, most people want to go hang out with their friends or their wives or their girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever it is, whoever it is that they want to hang out with. They want to generally do that at the end of the week on Fridays and Saturdays. That's what most people want to do. Of course, people do it during the week as well, but most people want to do it on Friday and Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. Well, if you don't do all the work early on and schedule yourself, next thing you know, you get to that Friday, Saturday, or Sunday that you want to go hang out with your friends, family, loved ones, whoever it is, and you're like, oh man, I really want to go hang out. They're doing something awesome, or I miss them, or whatever it might be. And then you tend to oh, I'll put my work off because I want to go spend time with them. And that's what I tend to see a lot. Not saying that all of you guys are doing that. I'm just giving you an example of what I tend to see as a teacher. If you start on Monday and you just whittle away at it throughout the week, you can pull a late night on a Thursday or something, or a Friday, and get all yourself done and give you the rest of the time to go spend time with those people that you love to spend time with. Again, I'm not here to cramp your style, but what I do want is I do want you guys to be able to learn what I'm putting out there and be able to take this to the next level. It just seems that every class that I teach, there's always 2 or 3 people that have so much talent, and this is what they're meant to do. And I love it. That's why I teach. So by all means, if you have any questions, please let me know. Email me early so I can get back to you, and that gives me time. If you're emailing me on a Friday or a Saturday evening, you might not get my answer in time in order to help you be able to do your work. So email me early. Always look on Monday, check to see what you got, and start whittling away at it a half hour or an hour a day. And then by the time you get to Friday, you're mostly done, if not all the way done. All right? I will hopefully talk to you guys soon, and I look forward to seeing what your guys' edits look like. Have a great week. Again, you have an extension, so this edit should be done by the end of this week that is now coming up for you. I sent an email, so make sure you go over to your message and take a look at it. Has all the information. All right. Have a great week, guys.